All right. This video is going to be, I don't know how long, but it's supposed to be a real talk video. The only reason why I didn't name it a real talk is because the title wouldn't let me put all the words I wanted to put in. And as you can see, the title is the realest video I've ever made because I'm going to get real on a lot of things in terms of the way I feel about the world, YouTube, Kim Goguen, my life, things going forward with my channel and things like that, right? And what I'm planning to do. So you guys have an idea. Um, so first off, I want to say that the old world, at least the world I came from, died in 2000, basically 2009, 11, right? 2001, whatever year it was, 2000, 2001, whatever. Around that time, that's when the old world died. A lot of people that were born around that time or after, or even if they were, babies in the 90s, they don't know what the real world was like or the old world. They don't know what that was like. They believe that the world that they see now is how things have always been, and this is the way things are, and this is the way things are supposed to be. And if you try to change it, or if you speak against what's been presented or what they want you to believe in, and they being the ones that control the world, right? If you go against that and you try to change it, or if you speak against it, then there's a problem with you, not with them, right? So they don't understand, and it's not their fault that they're unaware of the way the world used to be. One of my missions, or if not my main mission on this planet, is to try to awaken people to see the truth of the way things are supposed to be, not just in this world, but in the universe. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. So that's what I do on this channel, right? I talk about that, but it's not just on my channel. I've done it pretty much all my life. And anyone I've ever come across, if you interact with me and you're wrong about something, and I know you're wrong, and you're trying to tell me that you're right, and that I'm wrong, we're going to have a problem, right? We're going to have a disagreement, and it's going to lead to you walking away upset because I know I'm not wrong. So it is what it is, right? I can't stop you from getting upset. All I can do is tell you the truth, right? You either take it or not. That's up to you what you do with it. But I'm not here to hurt people or upset people. I'm here to just tell you what the truth is. It's your decision what you do with it, right? And a lot of people don't realize that they've been brainwashed, or MK Ultra. If you don't know what MK Ultra is, I'm going to say this again. If you don't know what MK Ultra is, do some research. It was a program created by the United States government to mind control people back in the old days, but they still use it nowadays, right? And the way they've done it now is they have mass MK Ultra, which means they mind control the whole damn population. They mind control the whole world, right? Everybody's under some kind of mind control. And unfortunately, the people like me who can see through it or fight against it, we're looked at as the bad guys or the bad people, because the ones that are brainwashed or mind control, they believe they know the truth because they were told by the government or their school, whatever. So they don't want anyone to interfere with that. That's part of the programming, and that's how the programming works. Is anyone that goes against the program, you are the enemy of the state, right? You're the enemy of the evil ones that control the world. And they basically use the population against you. And that's what happens to me, right? Even on this channel or whatever. But it doesn't matter to me in terms of who wants to fight me, because I will fight back, right? And the worst thing that anybody can do is try to insult me, like, or my intelligence. If you try to come at me like you know more than me, or you think you know more than me, and you try to insult me and say, oh, I have this degree, or I know this, or I know that, so I know more than you, that's you're walking into a land minefield. That's the worst thing you can do. You're going to blow yourself up. So unfortunately, I've had discussions with people recently, and one particular person who I care for very much, they didn't agree with what I had to say, and it is what it is. They insulted my intelligence, and unfortunately, it led to a disagreement, and that person is upset. And I apologize if I hurt that person or upset that person, just like anyone else that I've had issues with on this channel or in my life. But you can't, and I've said this many times, you can't come at me the wrong way and think you know more than me when you don't. That's the worst thing you can do, because I'm going to correct you. But, now that I got that out of the way, I want to talk about some other things. I'm going to make changes in my life and on YouTube, pretty much, on my social media. And I'm going to go a different direction, because after talking with that person, I realized two things. One, a lot of people are fine with the way the world is, even though the world is a hellhole. Even though everything is in chaos and people are dying everywhere, there's wars everywhere, there's crime everywhere, there's governments doing evil things to people, and that's just on the surface, right? That's just the baseline things that you can see with your eyes, how fucked up the world is. There's people suffering from hunger or dying from hunger. There are people that need help everywhere, right? And that's just what you can see with your eyes. So understand what I'm saying to you. That's just what you can see with your two eyes. That's not talking about anything beyond humanity, which is way worse. So if you knew what was really going on, like the sacrifices that people have going on in terms of people being sacrificed, children being taken and raped and murdered and tortured to death in underground bases, you would think otherwise about this world. You wouldn't think it was so great or so peachy or so perfect. And the reason why these things are happening is because people are being slept. And what I mean by slept is you're being put in this little world of everything's great as long as I'm a little slave to society and I work and I do my part. My life is great. But you don't realize that all you're doing is paying bills and just living your life until you die. And you're part of the system and you're contributing to the evil ones that control the world. You're contributing to their system. They created this system purposely to control humans. That's the whole point of all of this shit. That's the point of government, schools, jobs, all of this shit. That's what it's for. It's not for your betterment. It's not to make you better as a person or as a soul. It's to control you. That's what all this is about. And people need to wake up and see the truth of it. But again, the reason why I'm making this video is because it seems like people don't want to see this. And I'm not, a lot of people that watch me are smart and they understand what I'm saying. But there are some people that I talk to or interact with that are smart also, but they don't want to believe that the world is like that. Even though the proof is in their face. You can see with your eyes the things that I just mentioned in terms of all the evil things that are going on, the wars and the killings and the suffering and the crime and all of that. That's happening in your face. And on top of that, if you think being a slave to society and working a job and getting money so that you can pay your bills, you think that's a good life? That's not a good life. That's not. That's just you being part of the system. That doesn't make you better than anybody. You're just part of the world they've created for you you're part of their little playpen, right? That doesn't make you better than anyone or anything. But again, the true goal of humans and humanity is to evolve spiritually and to learn. And we're being stifled and we're being controlled and we're being suppressed to the point where we can't learn, we can't advance, we can't improve ourselves spiritually. That's what's happening to us. So again, I'm trying, and it's being done by evil demons. It's being done by forces that are unseen to the human eye. So if you think you can see these people with your eyes, you can't. And unfortunately, if you've never had an experience with supernatural entities, I have. I've had experiences. But if you haven't, then it's going to be hard for you to see what I'm talking about. And sadly, some people will never see it. Some people will die without ever knowing a damn thing about how this world works. But for me, I know a lot about the universe and how the world works. So I'm trying to share my knowledge with people, my experiences, what I know, trying to wake people up so they can see, so they can change and try to help me to fix the world. Because there may be people that want the world to be better, right? I'm sure there are a lot of people that want the world to be better, but not enough people are taking actions to do that, to get to that goal. I'm one of the few people that I feel that is really trying to do something. And what am I doing? I'm talking to you guys right now. I'm on this damn YouTube that, silences me and suppresses me and gives me strikes for speaking the truth. I already have a target on my back just because of who I am and the way I say things, and they know who I am. The evil ones know damn well who the fuck I am. So I'm already a target. But on top of that, I'm going on the social media shit, trying to spread truth to people. And guess what's happening? Nothing. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to change anything. So my hope is that eventually, by my efforts to spread the truth and make people aware of what's going on, that it'll have some kind of positive impact. But not all my interactions are going to be positive, because if I had to be honest with you guys, I'm not really a good person. I'm not really a good guy. And I've been said that. I've said that for the last 2 years since I've been making videos on this channel or on YouTube and on my old channel. I've always said that. I've never claimed to be some kind of saint or some kind of angel, some kind of good guy. I don't see myself that way. Maybe other people might think there are some good things about me or whatever, but that's your business how you want to view me, right? I'm not here for how you want to look at me as a person. I'm here to speak the truth. That's it. How you take that and what you think of me, that's your damn opinion. And it means nothing to me, to be honest. But I'm trying to wake people up. What means something to me? You want me to take you serious and for me to see you as something that matters? Do something about what I'm saying. Right? And I'm not telling you to go out and do something bad or hurt somebody or start a revolution. Not a physical revolution, but a spiritual revolution, right? Change within yourself, your mind, your soul, the way you think about things, the way you see things, and then try to fix the world. And don't accept the evil that's being put on you because you think that this is the way things are supposed to be. Because you've been conditioned and brainwashed since birth to accept the evil that is being handed out to you like Halloween candy, right? Since we're almost at Halloween, the spirit of Halloween, right? And I don't even want to talk about what they do on that day. You don't want to know the kind of sacrifices they do on that day. But that's a whole nother story, right? I'll probably talk about that when it gets closer to the day. But back to what I was saying. People need to wake up and see the truth, right? So let me talk about Kim Goguen and YouTube, right? Well, first let me talk about YouTube. What I was going to say as far as YouTube is that they're controlled by evil, just like everything else, right? So I can only do so much on this platform, and they control the platforms, if I had to be completely honest. So there's really not a platform where I can go and spread the truth. I mean, there are some that are more lenient than others, like Twitter or whatever, because of Elon Musk or whatever. But he's also working with them, and he's a puppet. He's just controlled opposition, right? And control opposition means somebody that's being controlled by evil to look like they're opposing the evil, but they're not. They're just a puppet. That's all Elon Musk is, right? And most of the people that watch me know that. But what I'm trying to say is they allow people to hear what they want you to hear, and you learn what they want you to learn. They let you see what they want you to see. So if they let me say something, that means that they're okay with it. But the things that I get strikes for is the things they don't want people to know, right? They're like, oh, we don't want people to know that, so we're going to give you a strike. And that's how it works, right? That's the controlled world we live in. So there's no real true freedom of speech anywhere. There's no real place I can go. So that's why I'm still on YouTube. Like most people that are like me don't even bother with YouTube because they know YouTube is going to suppress them, right? But I'm like, what the fuck does it matter? YouTube is the platform where it has the most influence and the most reach, right? So it would be stupid for me or foolish of me to go to another lesser platform that doesn't have as much reach. Although I am on other platforms, right? Like I'm on Rumble and BitChute and Odyssey. But the reach there is nowhere near the same as on YouTube. And it is what it is, right? You would think that the things I say would be more attractive to people on those platforms, but it's not. And the bottom line is, even on this platform, on YouTube, that I'm more limited, people are still more willing to come here and listen to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I talk about Kim Goguen on YouTube and nobody really talks about her. But whatever the case is, people are more willing to come here and listen to what I have to say than on other platforms. And again, that goes back to what I said earlier about YouTube having the most reach and the most influence. So that's why I feel it's important to have a presence on this platform, because It's like going into the lion's den, right? I'm working within the system that they control to try to break it using. But the problem is you got to go by their rules, right? So there's not much I can say without me getting banned, right? So it's been tough for me to really give you guys all the content that I want because I can't speak freely the way I want to. I can't say the things I want to. And I take I make the videos for YouTube and I put them on BitChute, right? Or Odyssey or Rumble. But they have to be viable for YouTube first, right? The only time I've had exclusive videos on other platforms is when I got a strike here and I had to redo the video and put it on the other platform so you guys can see it. But that's what I'm working with, right? And the reason why things are this way is because, again, humans are pacifists and they think everything's peachy. And even if they think that things are bad or they want to change it, they're not doing enough about it. There's not enough pushback to the control and the evil that's taking place. And that's the problem. That's why we're in these situations. That's what's happening in the world today, right? This video is pretty long, but I had a lot of things to say, so it is what it is. I'm sorry to those that are listening and you're like, oh, this video's... There are a lot of things I have to say, right? And it is what it is. So what I want to do, before I talk about Kim Goguen, what I want to do is I want to shift my attention from this channel. I still want to make videos on this channel, don't get me wrong, but I want to put more emphasis on my gaming channel. And the reason why is because I'm not really enjoying the content that I'm making here. That's the truth. I did a live last time, like last week or 2 weeks ago. And I realized when I was doing the live, yeah, I was having fun talking to a couple of people. But I realized that there are people that are most people are just sheep. Most people are just sheep, unfortunately. And they just follow somebody that they want to follow. And what I'm talking about right now is there was this person that had a disagreement with something I said about Kim. And, you know, we got into a little back and forth. And this person is just a sheep. They can't think for themselves. They can only think Kim Goguen good, Kim Goguen good. They don't have any thought other than that, right? So if you say anything remotely negative or they think it's negative towards Kim, which I wasn't saying anything negative, I was just talking, but this person took it as me saying something negative, then that's where the issue is, right? And I can't talk to people like that. There's nothing I can do. If you're a sheep, you're a sheep. But as far as Kim Goguen is concerned, so wait, before I get into that, so what I want to do is focus more on my gaming channel. I want to really make a lot of gaming content, and I, you know, for those that have been following me, you know that I'm a gamer, right? I have a Twitch channel, I have a gaming channel. I haven't done anything on them because I haven't really had time, and I've been occupied with my personal life. But I'm still going to make videos on this channel, but I want to shift my attention towards my gaming channel because I can at least have fun doing that. And I still want to talk about the same topics. There are people that have Twitch channels or gaming channels, and they talk about the same stuff that I talk about, but they play games on top of that. So they have fun and they talk about the same stuff that I talk about. Not exactly the same, right? No one's going to say the stuff that I say, but you know, politics or the universe or whatever, or life, just general topics. And that's what I prefer. I prefer to do that, right? Than to just sit here and make these videos and lecture you guys. And I want to be live all the time when I'm talking to you guys. I don't want to just sit here and put these videos in and then you guys watch and then there's misunderstandings and blah, blah, blah. I'd rather you guys talk to me in the moment and I can explain to you guys what I'm saying in the moment, right? And I prefer that better. So I could do that on Twitch. I could do that here. I could do that on my YouTube gaming channel. I don't know yet exactly how that's going to go, but I plan to definitely start making a lot more videos on my gaming channel. That's 100% going to happen starting pretty much probably today, after I make this video. Now, Kim Goguen. If you've been watching me talk about Kim Goguen, then you know how I feel about her. You know that I think very highly of her, and I'm a big supporter of her. And I'll tell you why. Because until I ran into Kim, well, there was a couple of other people that I like Alex Jones, Carrie Cassidy, David Icke, whatever. Mostly David Icke. But there are not very many people in the world that I see as credible, right? And Carrie Cassidy has lost a lot of credibility in my eyes, but I still think she's trying to do good for the world. But all in all, Kim Goguen was probably one of the realest, not just realist people that I've ever heard speak, but she filled in a lot of holes to knowledge that I was missing in terms of I didn't understand how certain things like this worked or that worked, and she filled in those holes for me. So I was like, oh, this makes sense now. This makes sense now. So things started to make more sense when I heard her speak. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this lady extremely serious because I've never heard anyone say these things before, and it makes perfect sense the way she's putting it. She was, like I said, filling in the holes and making things make sense that didn't make sense. Connecting the dots. I think that's the best way to put it. And she was connecting dots to things that maybe people didn't think were related, but they were. Once she, explained things, then you started to see, oh, whoa. Yeah, this is connected to this. But until she showed up, I was like, there were some things that I was like, I don't know why this is happening. I don't get this. Long story short, the reason why I'm saying that is because I haven't watched her in a while, and I haven't kept up with her content. And I don't know if I'm going to do that again. I probably will watch her at some point in the future, but I don't know if I'm going to just keep making videos. I will make videos about her again, but not as many as I used to, right? So I know most of the people that are sub to me just watch me for her. But I want you guys to understand, and I hope you guys do, because most of you are good people. This isn't just a Kim Goguen channel. Like, I'm not here just to talk about Kim or put out her information all the time. I'm here to talk about what I want to talk about and share knowledge with you about the world and the universe as best as I can. There are a lot of things I can share with you guys that I haven't yet because I've been, dealing with personal issues. But I should do that more. There are knowledge videos that I want to put out there. There's a lot of things that I want to put out and I want to do. And I will get to that eventually. But I just need you guys to understand that just because I talk about Kim doesn't mean that's the only thing I talk about. I talk about other things, right? And I don't want to always I feel like I'm pigeonholed into a corner of I have to talk about Kim or you guys aren't going to watch my videos. That's the sad truth. That's the sad reality. And I don't want to do that. I never had the intent of just talking about Kim all the time and that's it. I've talked about her lately because I'm trying to get you guys to understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, my opinion isn't going to change about her no matter what she talks about. So I'm always going to think she's credible. I'm always going to think she's a good person. And unless she does something really crazy or shady out of the blue, which I don't think she will, then I'm always going to believe what she's saying and trust her words. That's the way I feel about her. That's the truth. I wanted to interview her at some point, right? But I don't think I'm going to do that because it's not necessary. Like, maybe it will, maybe it won't happen. She's busy, right? I'm busy. We got things going on and it may never happen, right? But if it does, it does. I would love to talk to her, don't get me wrong, but setting up an interview and lining up schedules and stuff like that, and her having free time and her even wanting to talk to me at all because she doesn't even know who I am, right? That would be a task, a tall order. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nothing is impossible, right? But I will say is I will talk about her again at some point. I'm going to focus more on my gaming channel. I'll probably, come back here, drop a few videos here and there, talk about knowledge or whatever. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth again. Sad reality is YouTube doesn't want me to say the things I want to say. That's why I was telling you guys to support my Patreon, to sign up for my Patreon and subscribe so I can make content there. And I would, if I had enough interest there, I would. I would really put time into Patreon because I can say whatever I want there, and I don't have to worry about censorship like YouTube. But I don't have much support on Patreon, so there's not, I can't really put the kind of effort that I want to there. Maybe I still will put some effort into it anyways, just for the few people that have showed me support, because I feel like I owe those people at least something. But it's not, like I said, I do appreciate my Patreons, don't get me wrong, but it's just not enough for me to full time go Patreon all the time. So for now, I'm just gonna make videos here. If I do put something on Patreon, I'll let you guys know about it. I'll say, hey, go watch this exclusive over there on Patreon, blah, 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 right? But I want to stream. I want to stream on Twitch or what's the new one? Kick. All my links to all my social media are in the description below. So if you're unsure what I'm talking about, just check the links, okay? And you can subscribe to any of that and just follow me on there. But I do want to focus on my gaming channel. So again, check the description of every video. It has all my links to all my social media, so you can subscribe to any of it. My gaming channel, that's where I'm going to focus on. It's not just going to be about gaming either. You guys need to understand that the world, everything is controlled, right? I'm going to talk about gaming, but not in the way that you think. Don't think I'm going to be like, oh, this is a great game, I rate it 9 out of 10. It's not going to be like that. I'm going to talk about issues that I see with gaming. Because believe it or not, gaming is a big thing that they use to control people. You guys need to understand the world is not all black and white. It's not just, well, talk about Kim Goguen or nothing, or talk about this or nothing. That's not how the world works. Everything is connected. So things that you may think are not connected are connected. That's what Kim Goguen does. So if you watch Kim Goguen, you should know that she can connect things that seem like they're not connected. I can do the same thing, but you guys have to watch the content, right? Because if you don't watch it, then I feel like I'm just putting out information into the void, right? And it's like, what am I doing here? Why am I putting effort into this when nobody's listening or watching, right? It kind of just makes me not want to do it. But anyways, the gaming, right? And even if you guys don't watch me in the gaming channel, fine. But I'm going to talk about the same kind of stuff that I talk about here, right? And I'm also going to talk about games. And I'm also going to play games. So I'm not just going to do one thing. I'm going to do like 3 or 4 things at the same time. That's my plan. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. That's what I feel I should be doing, or where my life is pushing me to go. And I hope you guys support me on that. And if you don't want to support me, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not completely like giving up on this channel, but I'm not going to put as much attention or focus on it, right? Unless something changes, right? And if something does change, guess what I'm going to do? You guys will be the first ones to know, and I'll come back here and tell you guys. But I do appreciate all my subs here. We got stuck at 600. We went over for a little bit. It seems like YouTube said enough. No more subs for you. It is what it is. Maybe I just need to make more content, right? Maybe it's not YouTube. Maybe it's me. But regardless, it's hard to make content. It is YouTube, because it's hard for me to make content on YouTube that I want to talk about, because they're not going to let me say the things I want to say. So it really is YouTube stopping me. But whatever the case is, if you haven't subbed, please sub. Show me support. Leave comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to talk about. I'll probably do some live streams in the future. But everything that I do, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to announce it here, and then we'll move on from there. And again, check the description so you can follow me on my gaming channel, on my other social media. Really I really appreciate you guys. This video is way too long. I really appreciate you guys showing up, watching my content, those that do watch. And I love all of you guys. Even if I have disagreements with you guys, or we have fights or arguments, I still love all of you guys. I think most everyone wants to do good. It's just that there's not enough being done. And the only advice I can give you guys is, if somebody knows what they're talking about and they're correct and you don't, you should listen to that person. I'm not saying that's always the case, but more likely than not, if somebody is coming from a place of trying to educate you and help you, and obviously I'm talking about me, right? Then you shouldn't get into fights with that person or argue with them. You should try to listen and learn. You don't have to agree with everything everyone says, right? You don't have to like what everyone says. But if someone's trying to educate you, you should listen and then say, is this person right or not? And do some research so you can verify if what they're saying is true or not. Or ask them where they got the. This is the most important thing you can do. Ask where they got their information. Where did they see this? Where did they learn this? How did they know this? That's probably the most important thing that you can do if you're really trying to learn, right? And improve yourself. But anyways, I've said enough. I think you guys get the point. If you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. Check out my gaming channel because that's where I'm going to focus on. And I'm going to talk about different things, not just gaming. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.